Hey, what's up, shitheads? Welcome back to the channel. This is our third and final installment of what I'm gonna go ahead and call Sick Sightseeing. And today we're in Pasadena, California. We'll be checking out a few filming locations, as those with the keen eye might spot the house behind me. Although it's not in its original location, this house was used in the 1978 movie Halloween. This is Michael Myers' house. It was originally slated to be torn down. Someone decided to save the house and moved it. So it is not in its original location, but it is here. Michael Myers has since retired and now runs a financial services operation here. So anyways, guys, we're going to be doing a kind of a short ride today in Pasadena. I'm still not feeling very well. There's a couple places I wanted to go today, but unfortunately today is January 1st and the Rose Bowl is happening right here in Pasadena. Some of the locations I wanted to check out, I drove by and it was just absolutely packed. So I was gonna go check out the Gamble house, which is Doc Brown's house from Back to the Future. And unfortunately, that's like right by where the Rose Bowl happens. And it was just absolutely packed. So I'm not gonna be going there, but we're gonna check out a few other places. And then I'm gonna go ahead and drive back home and hopefully never ride an e-bike again. You can see here Michael Myers' area has been gentrified. There's a light rail that runs right through this area. You know, I've been in this area now for about 10 minutes and 3 trains have now come by. So this is a very busy area. I'm gonna go ahead and cross over the street though. What's going on?
Nothing but trying to see what happens.
So my whole strategy has worked out really well so far. Come out here on holiday weekend, New Year's. Today is Monday, January 1st. And you know, I haven't really had to deal with much traffic at all, but unfortunately for me, the Rose Bowl is happening. So that really threw my perfect record way off. Pasadena seems to be much better ran than Los Angeles. I don't see many homeless people around. It's cleaner. There's not trash everywhere. It just seems much nicer. This is a really nice place. There's bike lanes everywhere. Can you believe that? But in case you guys haven't noticed yet, maybe some of you have, this was Laurie Strode's house from Halloween. This house was just recently sold for like 1.76 million or something. It's actually, I mean, that's really expensive, but considering the market these days, that actually doesn't seem too bad. I know the prior owner didn't mind if you came out here and take pictures. You could, they even had a prop pumpkin on their porch. They'd let you come out here and model with the pumpkins and stuff. I don't really know what the policy of this new owner is. I haven't been out here that long at all, and I've seen a bunch of people already. One lady stopped at the Halloween house. I can see there's a car parked across the street right now. They must have stage fright or something because they haven't gotten out of their car yet. But yeah, here it is. Here's Laurie Strode's house from Halloween. I guess they dressed up some of the streets around here to hide some of the palm trees that you can see in the background, so to not give away the fact that they were filming in Southern California. You can see the people in their cars. They're afraid. They're scaredy cats. They're not YouTubers like me. They haven't overcome their social anxiety yet. Okay guys, so we are gonna hit the road. There's a couple locations right in this whole little area, which is kind of funny. And the next one, you know, you go from Halloween on one hand, and this movie is going to be on the other end, and it's kind of fitting because, you know, this is kind of a bike channel, and the next movie is a very iconic bike movie. Let's see if you guys recognize it. You know, some of you guys, if you keep up on filming locations, probably already know what's coming up. Pasadena is just a really nice town, nice and clean. When I was driving around for a while, they had you know, one of the surface streets was like 4 or 5 lanes. I don't know what it's like during traffic time, but I think I could get used to this. Old Shoot the Chick could see himself living in a place like this. If my calculations are correct, the next location is right up here, and it should be on my left. I have been here before a couple years ago. Here it is, guys. Here is the next one on the list. Do you guys recognize it?
Morning, Pee-wee.
Little friend.
I mean, how can you not recognize it, really? This is the house from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's kind of interesting because if you look around at all the other houses around here, and then you look at this one, it's like this house looks very unique, very distinct looking house. Sadly, Paul Rubens died last year, 2023. But I don't know about you guys. I don't know when the last time you watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but I watched it after Paul Rubens died, and it's a really good movie. It was a childhood favorite. I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, but it holds up. If you haven't seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure, do yourself a favor. I had to rent it on Amazon, but man, it was surprising how well it holds up. I saw an interview with Paul Rubens, and he was saying that he read a book called The Screenplay, and if you follow the hero's arc or the typical 3-part movie structure, Pee-wee's Big Adventure follows it to a T. Where like on a certain page of the script, it's when he overcomes his hero. I can't explain it very well because I'm not a filmmaker. They've used Pee-wee's Big Adventure for a case study because how to make a movie using the typical 3-part structure for a movie. Tim Burton, such a unique style, so many iconic moments from that movie.
I meant to do that.
Just left Pee-wee's house, and now we are going to our next location, which is conveniently not too far away. Convenient for me, it's just around the corner, right here on Montrose Boulevard, on Montrose Avenue in Pasadena. Well, you guessed it, guys. This is the Hedge from the Halloween movie. This is where Michael Myers is stalking Laurie Strode. Well, I wasn't going to go buy a Michael Myers mask just for this. Well, this is the Hedge that you can see Michael Myers pops out and he's watching them as they walk by and he's stalking them. It must be weird being a homeowner here because people come here and do this stuff all day long. As a matter of fact, right here you can see the owners of this house right here marked off this area right here. Said don't step right there, the grass needs a break. So many people come here and do this that the grass has died in this one spot, which is why I couldn't recreate it as well as I wanted to. I'm gonna abide by their wishes and not step on the grass. And by the way, I'm not such a Halloween mega fan that I need to recreate this one, to a T, but it's pretty cool. This is a very iconic hedge, and obviously they embrace it enough to the point where they keep the hedge here. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next spot. And oh my gosh, we have fellow e-bikers here. Friends? Am I gonna make friends right now? I'm a YouTuber, guys. Are they fans? Are they shoot the shit fans? Oh, they're not even on e-bikes. Hello. Hey, you too. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get back on the road and go to our final spots here. Do any of you shitheads live out here in Pasadena? Or have you lived in Pasadena? Seems like a really nice place. Nice houses, quiet, the streets are wide, lots of trees everywhere. Man, plenty of, look at all these friends I can make on bikes out here. Wow, look at this road. Not even open to car traffic? How cool is that? Look at this. Trees right in the middle of the road. Does your town have anything like this, guys? Wow, this is pretty nice. And my final location for today is pretty cool because it's actually, man, look at the size. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Look how big these houses are through here. I know there's a few more locations out here that I'm actually not going to visit, but this street here, this is Bushnell Avenue. And whether you realize it or not, you've probably seen this street because look at the trees out here. I've talked to a homeowner out here before and he said that multiple car commercials and things were filmed out here, but what you've most definitely seen from here. And we're gonna show you this in just a second here. So that house right there, that was used as George McFly's house in 1955 in Back to the Future. That's the house where Marty McFly went in and then he played the tape with the radiation suit on. That was George McFly's house, but you know, I didn't come all the way out here to see George McFly's house, did I? So we're gonna keep going along here. This is interesting right here, because this house here was used as the house in Teen Wolf. This is where Marty McFly, where Michael J. Fox lived in Teen Wolf. And this house was also used as Lorraine's house. This was where Marty McFly's mom lived in Back to the Future. And right next door, I don't want to film because people are going to their car, that is the house from Old School. Old School, I believe, took place in Chicago area, but believe it or not, that was filmed here in Pasadena. They had parking spots going different directions here in the front when they filmed that movie. But that is the house. That is where Old School was filmed at. Funny enough, there's a scene in Back to the Future where Biff is walking down the street because Biff's grandma also lives on the street. And there's a scene where he walks by and he kicks a ball and it lands up on the patio. And it lands up on the patio of the house from Old School.
Is this your ball? Yeah. Is this your ball? You want it back? Yeah. Go get it!
So it's kind of funny, though. I get all these locations right here on the same street. Lorraine's house being right there, that means the tree that George McFly was peeping on Lorraine in was right there. So from what I've heard, they used a little bit of movie magic. This is the tree that George McFly would have been peeping on Lorraine on. But if you look, the branch that supposedly he was looking at her from would have been this one here, but you can see how steep that is. So that technically wouldn't have worked. So what I've heard is they actually used this branch here, and they just used a little bit of Hollywood magic. When he fell into the street and he was supposed to get hit by the car, which would have happened right here.
He's a peeping Tom.
That's pretty cool, huh? I believe, for reference, I believe that house right there, the one with the stone pillars, that was Biff's grandma's house. You can definitely see why they would choose a street like this for filming locations. You know, I could be wrong, but I believe there's other houses on the street have been used in different movies. But hey guys, I'm literally on my deathbed right now. I'm not going to be looking all that stuff up. Okay guys, well, I'm going to go ahead and get back in my car and head back home. And then probably, you know what I'm going to do? Probably just going to throw away the bike now, because I don't think I ever want to see a bike again the rest of my life. I'm sore all over. I probably shouldn't have ridden as much as I did, being sick and all, but man, I'm sore. It looks like I only did 57 miles, which in the grand scheme of things isn't too much, but being in the state I am, that's 57 more than I probably should have done. So yeah, I can't wait to not ride for a little bit. Oh, you guys didn't think I could drive or something? You think all I do is ride e-bikes? I know I have an e-bike channel, guys, but you have to assume I do more than just ride e-bikes. I mean, I do other things besides talk about e-bikes all day long. My whole life doesn't revolve around e-bikes. Hey, Jim! There he is. I'm going to give you one bonus location, but the bonus for me is I'm actually not going to be riding my bike there. Okay, guys, this is the last stop for real this time. So we're here in Altadena, California, and behind me, you guys might recognize this. This is the Walsh residence from Beverly Hills 90210. And like I just said, this is Altadena, California, so this wasn't in Beverly Hills. Brandon's dad, Brandon Walsh, is his dad. I think they were like a salesman or something, so it's like, really, he has a house like this in Beverly Hills? So something a little shady is going on there. I wanted to bring this up because a few years ago, I watched the first episode of 90210, and it was pretty funny because not only is Brandon Walsh one of the biggest like goody two-shoes there is, but he likes this girl at his school and he ends up going to the beach with her, and then she gets so drunk she passes out and she almost drowns, and then he has to take her to the hospital, you know, because Brandon's always doing the right thing. But the funniest part of that is the doctor in the next scene, once she's recovering in the hospital, the doctor says, "Oh, yes, we see that all the time with alcoholics."
So you're sure she'll be okay?
Thanks to you two. Her body temp had already dropped 2 degrees from exposure.
Is that normal?
Depends on what your definition of normal is. Happens all the time to alcoholics.
Are you saying she's an alcoholic?
Nobody drinks that much for fun.
So what, like, alcoholics are just drowning? There's like an epidemic of alcoholics drowning all the time? Right? I thought that was just really funny because it's like, come on, I know just drunk people aren't just drowning left and right. When you watch that show now and you look back, it's like, these are supposed to be high school kids. These are all like adults. You're not fooling anyone. But anyways, guys, yeah, I just wanted to show that. I just needed to get that out of my system. That first episode is really funny. And, you know, if you're an alcoholic, guys, stay away from large bodies of water because you're probably going to drown. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one if I don't die.